Where can you find a greenery-facing terrace plot in the heart of tranquil Mount Sinai, just 1 kilometer to Henry Park, with 1,700 square feet of land, 6.1 meter frontage, and almost 26 meters in depth? For you to build up to 2.5 stories of a terrace, could this be your miracle home? Introducing Mount Sinai View. Welcome to the beautiful Mount Sinai estate, and greenery-facing plots in this area of town are really hard to come by. Now, we have an ongoing project by the National Parks Board, and they are beautifying the park greenery strip that's right in front of our plot. And so when it's done, you're going to have a brand new little digital park, that's what they're calling, in front of our house. Now, behind us, I had sold 40 Mount Sinai Drive, and that was actually along the thoroughfare of Mount Sinai. But this is different because we are facing the back. We are northeast facing, so we don't have any afternoon sun, and we also have a really beautiful tree in this garden that comes with the house. There is greenery in front, so you don't have to worry, everything is green around you. There's a lot of ample street parking in front of the house, right? But if you really insisted, car is definitely possible. Garden for your gardening dreams and your green dreams. Or if you want, you can put a small trampoline for your kids. So this is really nice. And we're going to see as well how some of the other neighbors have done up their houses, so you get an idea of what you can do with 1,700 square feet of land size. Now let's go check out the inside of a house, just so you get a feel of what this terrace plot could be like. But you have a lot of options with this plot, because if you don't have the budget right now, you can just purely renovate this home and move in. As you can see, we already have renovations done, where the floor has been tiled with vinyl flooring, and you can see ceiling fans have been installed and new air conditioning as well. Our width of this living room is actually 5.8 meters, which is like a standard terrace plot kind of width. You can do quite a lot with it because your television could be here, your huge nice living could be here. It's a very, very nice size, squarish area in front, and another squarish area at the back. Kitchen is actually on my left, and then there is like a granny or a storeroom, depending on how you want to look at it, on my right. But if I were the one renovating or reorganizing the first floor, I would actually change the kitchen to be here so that I can have my dry island kind of concept on my right that then leads to my kitchen and flowing into my dining a little bit more seamlessly, because there's a staircase right on this side of the house. So right now we have a common toilet on the ground floor, right? But I would probably build 2 toilets, one for the common and one for the helper, and we have plenty of space to potentially actually extend the back and get a much bigger dining area on the ground floor. Kitchen is also very huge right now, right? So you can see the potential of the space to be reorganized, which to fit more modern lifestyles, which currently, of course, we can't exactly see it, but I hope you can imagine. Now look at this backyard, it is huge. And our neighbors have actually, many of them, extended out all the way because you just have to put a 2-meter setback. Can you imagine? This can be your entire back of house. You can have a wet kitchen behind, you can put your helper's room over there, right? You can put your wet kitchen, your laundry area, and still have space for probably a study room on this side, your kitchen on this side, and then your dry island that's facing towards the dining on that side. So even though it might take a bit of reconfiguration work, that's just purely renovation and an A&A to actually make sure that you have a bit more space at the back. If you wanted to actually build to 2.5 stories, you likely might have to redo some of the foundation works to support an additional half floor. And in that case, to be honest with you, the cost might not be very different from a rebuild, which might be about, $1.4 to $1.5 million, because an A&A project will already be costing you $800K to $1 million. As I go upstairs, you can see that the staircase has really been redone as well. Let's check out the rest of the rooms. What's nice is that this staircase is very neat and put to the side of the house, so it's not very intrusive to the rest of the layout if you want to retain the staircase and not to rebuild the house. Now over here, you have the only toilet currently on the 2nd floor, very common for the older terraces. But of course, if you were going to do this, even as a pure renovation, you can still add in toilets. Don't be concerned about that, because this landed house is not a condominium, okay? We don't have a stacked pipe to adhere to. Now on the back over here, we have a very, very bright, I think this was a laundry room, because there are actually laundry hooks up on the top, okay? But it befuddles me why you would bring laundry to the 2nd floor. But of course, if you extended this entire space, you can see how much space we have on the outside to push out at least probably 3 to 4 meters outwards of space, which our neighbor, they've just bought the plot. They're going to be rebuilding and they're extending out as well. So an A&A project would be great. Or like I said, if you can push up the budget a little bit more, about $500,000, you can rebuild this into the home of your dreams. Coming out from this little balcony-ish area, we do have 3 more huge rooms, okay? Look at how big your room could be, right? This is already one mattress and you still have space in front. You can put your study table, you can put your wardrobes on this side. There's so many possibilities for you in room this size, which means that now there are actually only 3 rooms here plus the balcony. You can actually likely have 4 good size en-suites on the second floor if you didn't want to just, build another floor. And if you did build another floor, you could easily be getting 6 rooms with minimally 4 en-suites in a 2.5-story terrace plot. Now, the interesting thing about terrace plots as I walk you through the house is that it's actually one of the most land size efficient way to build because you have lesser setbacks than semi-Ds and still require a setback from the sides that are open, right? So it's really interesting because the maximization of space that you can get in the terrace sometimes can be even more than a semi-D plot. So over here, another huge room that has that balcony outside, and the balcony outside, many of our neighbors have actually already enclosed it, which means that if you use that as part of the room, you can build an ensuite or a toilet inside towards the house, right? So that you don't have to take up that valuable view. And most of the times, for the sake of where we lay out our house, we want to put the master bedroom in the front of the house where we get that beautiful view instead of at the back where we see the neighbors. So imagine if this was like your master terrace, master balcony. You could carve this out as like a small study space and then the rest of it would be your master bedroom. You could put the toilets if you wanted, some light in the middle of the 2 rooms instead, right? But I would still recommend, if you really wanted, consider a rebuild project because it's just a little bit more than an A&A. So from here you can see we are at a really, really nice greenery view, right? Besides the trees just in front of us, you can see that is towards the Clementi Forest direction, right? At the Holland Road side. And that's so beautiful, that greenery view. You can't find this in most landed houses. So that is why houses on this stretch usually command a premium over the terrace plots in other parts of the Mount Sinai estate. One more room on this side. Another huge room, and I know I'm being enveloped by green, but I'm going to just show you how big this house is because this is very large. And if you're moving here for your children, I think you will find that this is definitely adequate space. Honestly, for you to just purely renovate you can recarve this out into 3 or potentially 4 rooms, or you can rebuild or A&A. There's so many options for you. All you have to do is come down and get a feel of whether you like the facing of the house, you like the greenery views. Before we go out, I want to show you how beautiful our 3-meter height ceilings are in this beautiful plot. That means that if you just did an A&A, you can keep this ceiling slab. You don't have to redo this slab. That saves you a lot of money. Now let's go and see what the neighbors have done. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so they have enclosed that part and you can see they've renovated the door. So this is probably a pure renovation piece, right? Because it's an old structure, you can get special permission to cover it up even though it doesn't meet the new requirements of 7.5 meter setback from the road reserve for A&A projects. But for old terraces, existing structures, you can like to appeal to enclose those areas. Look at this one, the grey house. So they've done 2.5 stories. They have a nice garden up there, a balcony. You can tell that the people in this neighborhood really love their trees because look at this beautiful willow that they've planted just outside the house. Look at the landscaping that they've done inside the house. It's so nice. And of course, there are many more other units down the block that have also just done pure renovation works. You see, like this one as well, they've done 2.5 stories. You can see that it's taken effort, but that's the kind of livable space that you can get when you enclose it. And this guy also is renovating. So lots of rejuvenation and renewal happening in this particular side of Mount Sinai. In terms of amenities, we are really close to the Jalita shopping mall, which has just reopened with the cold storage, Craftsman Coffee, Guardian, a party shop and a food court. You also are within just a short bus ride away, taking 92 to Gimo Market, where you have lots of amazing food and a full wet market for your needs. Everybody comes here from all over Singapore just to eat the amazing chwee kueh, the prata, the chai tau kueh and the carrot cake. You also have schools within 1 kilometre, including Henry Park. You're also 1 to 2 kilometres from Methodist Girls' School and in close proximity to other schools such as ACS Independent, Anglo-Chinese Junior College, Fairfield Methodist, which you can take a bus, 92, straight into Buona Vista. And of course, you do have other really, really nice conveniences just 5 minutes drive away, including One Holland Village Mall, as well as Star Vista. You're also only a 10-minute drive to the main Orchard Road stretch. So this location cannot be beat. But also walking distance from Holland Road itself. So if you want to just take a bus from Holland Road into town, you are on the right side of Mount Sinai. So if you're looking for a greenery-facing terrace 1 kilometre to Henry Park with 1,700 square feet of land for you to build or A&A a 2.5-story terrace to your dream liking, this could be your next miracle home. Don't hesitate because this is such a rare opportunity. Give me a call and I'm going to show you the place. I'm Sarah X Miracle.